The legacy of La Opinión has to be considered one of the great achievements in media in the United States. To have an institution that continues on over 86 years, that tells the story of a population, that chronicles their existence and their contribution over so many decades, and not only continues on, but thrives under these new circumstances of media today. You know, when you talk today about the role of Latinos in America and the role of Spanish language media, the fact that we've been there to build it, to sustain it, to be a part of it, to grow it over all of these years, I think clearly has to have been our greatest achievement, our greatest contribution. The landscape today is much more competitive. It's driven by new dynamics that aren't just related to the population itself, but to the way that technology now has allowed us to interact with people in a much more dynamic way, in a much more immediate way. The thing that's, to me, so wonderful about what we do is that while all of that can change, the environment in which you operate changes, if you stay true to certain values and to certain commitments about why we're here and what we're obligated to do in terms of telling the story of Latinos in the United States, I think that's what allows you to continue on, to sustain yourself, to grow. It's still a little bit of us versus them from the point of view that our story is not being told as accurately as it should be by other media. And it's essential. Today, you know, just looking at the demographic change, you need to be able to have media that represents the new American reality. In 2004, we were able to raise capital. We created a company called Impromedia, and originally the idea was to create a network of Spanish language publications across the United States, the first chain of publications in Spanish. By 2004, the world had already progressed, and so you needed immediately to become multimedia and to really think about creating content that's relevant, that's connected, but distribute it now across different platforms. So not just through newspapers, through online, through mobile, through social, through video. And so the idea, what I've been a part of and what has been so exhilarating these last few years has really been able to lead the transformation, to be a part of the evolution of this company. And that's what digital does. It changes the dynamic in the landscape. Even as the environment has dictated lots of change from an organizational point of view, there's still this kernel about who we are and what our mission is that I say was born when my grandfather started this paper. He was so clear about what the meaning of La Opinión was, you know, to be the voice of a community. You know, fast forward almost 90 years, and that is still our obligation, to be the voice of that community. I love what I do. I absolutely love it. And it's been the most fulfilling thing that you can imagine. And I think, you know, as I look back and I think, you know, how do you get where you are? You know, it's a lot of hard work, but it's also clearly about having that dream and being committed to it every day. I don't have another dream right now. You know, the world may evolve. It may, at some point, I'll decide that there's something else for me. But right now, I continue to absolutely love what I do. At the end of the day, it's about impacting people's lives. Can you use that position to make life better for other people? And I think that's what we do every day. We give people the tools to help them succeed and to be able to provide more for their families. That's pretty wonderful to be in a business that has that mission. So I'm enjoying this.